relationship that would put, I would say, the good guys on one hand and the bad guys on the other. And India and Israel are definitely on the right side of the good guys. The attitude towards FTA has changed under the leadership of Minister Goyal. Things are going forward. I hope that Israel will soon stand together with all those important countries as good friends of India and signing an FTA, which is really benefits a lot both sides.
The Prime Minister of India is going to Israel, a very significant visit that is coming in 9 years. In your view, how has the India-Israel strategic partnership evolved over these 9 years, which makes this visit significant?
Well, it involved the continuation of a process that started many years ago. First, it was under the radar and it was discreet, then it became visible in 2014. Much in the defense sector, but also in other sectors that benefit the governments and the peoples of both countries. Defense was always there. Since 2014, it became visible without details because it's better not to talk about the details of defense cooperation, but agriculture, water, other aspects of international development cooperation, technology, cyber, you name it. The content of the relationship has been deepened and enlarged by far and in an unprecedented way.
Right. Sir, Israeli PM Netanyahu has always called Prime Minister Modi a personal friend and framed India as a central partner. How much of this visit's diplomatic narrative is personal rapport versus formal bilateral strategy?
Well, no one can deny the fact that the two leaders speak the same language, but others also do. I have to say that I prefer to look at our relationship and the process that started even before we had diplomatic relations is an issue between governments and between peoples and not between specific leaders, without ignoring, the fact that they speak the same language and have the similar points of view and interests, etc. But I really prefer to look at the national side of it, at the process that is unconditional, irreversible, not reversible, and not dependent on those personality or others.
So negotiations for an Israel-India free trade agreement are also underway ahead of the visit. How far can this visit realistically push an FTA forward and what hurdles remain?
Well, we'll have to see. I don't know the details of it. I just know that after many years, we had 8 or 9 rounds since 2010, and then it sort of went to sleep for a few years, and it is revived now. I hope with the goodwill, the political will, and the instructions to the bureaucracies, I really hope that within a few months, maybe until the end of the year, it might be signed. I have to remind you that there have been quite a lot of progress in the way that India sees FTAs in general. There was some, people in India didn't like it for many years, and neither the European Union nor Australia nor other countries did sign this FTA. So now things are, the attitude towards FTA has changed under the leadership of Minister Goyal. Things are going forward, and I hope that in the same way that, and I'm not comparing sizes, but I hope that in the same way that India signed an FTA with the European Union and advanced with the GCC countries and with the United States. I hope that Israel will soon stand together with all those important countries as good friends of India and signing an FTA, which is really benefits a lot both sides. I think that FTA, and I'm glad you raised it, FTA is crucial for commerce, for trade, but it's also a political message. And I'd like to add something else. The Israeli market is so small compared to others that things will not be influenced by movements of trade that have to do with Israel. So people don't have to be scared to sign an FTA as soon as possible.
So Prime Minister Modi is also expected to address the Israeli parliament. What is the significance of this symbolic act in diplomatic terms, and how might it be received domestically in Israel and the region?
Oh, it will be received fantastically. I mean, we are expecting and awaiting this speech. Each visit like this has a symbolic part, a ceremonial part, a declaratory part, and a content-wise part. I am awaiting to hear the speech and the messages that we will hear there as part of other ingredients of this important visit.
Will this visit also impact India's broader West Asia diplomacy, for example, its relationship with Gulf states and Iran, especially as India balances ties with all these players? And we know that, clouds are hovering over Iran for war. So how do you look at that, sir?
I'm sure they'll be talking about it. You cannot in today's world, you cannot not talk about this, but the results and the deliverables from this part, I don't think. What can be a result of this visit, I think it's something that has to do with the process that we have been going through both countries in our bilateral relations. I think the two countries have built very sound and strong basis for the bilaterals, and this is what will be celebrated during the visit. But there might be a look beyond in a world which is so, shaken and in a new world order that is being looked after, local ad hoc regional alliances will be more than welcome in today and in the future, and it could be a reality, and it might be in the conversation tomorrow and the day after tomorrow that the two leaders and the two governments will speak about a possibility to join hands together with other parties. We have the IMEC, which is important to India especially, but not only to India. We have the I2U2 and maybe other architectural relationship that would put, I would say, the good guys on one hand and the bad guys on the other. And India and Israel are definitely on the right side of the good guys.
I was going to ask you on IMEX, sir, how much do you think it would be a part of the discussion? And also, when it comes to the ongoing conflict in the region, especially in the Gaza, how do you see that much discussing in the conversation between the two leaders, as India was one of the countries who welcomed the phase of the Gaza peace plan, and when it comes to the peace board of Trump, India joined as an observer. So how much do you think the conversation will be around these things?
I'm sure the conversation will be there. Specific results, I don't think so, except maybe from some declaration probably. But the conversation, I'm pretty sure that the conversation between India and Israel has to do with, I would say, bilateral perspectives. And the use of the bilateral sound basis that we have built in order to build other configurations, but not specifically mediate, this was your question, or get involved in this. I don't think that it will happen, and I don't think it's a good idea.